This was an Adeline pick, right?
Adeline, good pick.
It's a good groove, isn't it?
What a great message it is. You're always better.
Yes.
I love that. What a great message. You're always better because of the choices you make, your people that you hang around, that you love to be friends with, and being you, right? You're always better. Thank you, Adeline.
Well, speaking of friends, we are excited to have a couple of announcement helper friends today on Thursday, May 15th, 2025. Would you like to introduce yourself? Say your name and your teacher's name.
My name is Adeline, and I'm from Mrs. Wadfogel's class.
And what's your name? Avery. And whose class are you from, Avery? Mrs. Cox. Mrs.
Right.
Cox. We're glad to have two second grade friends join us for their experience today.
Absolutely. Do we have some birthdays to celebrate today?
We do. Okay, ready?
Sania from Mrs. Sprague.
Maimuna from Mrs. Stein.
Maimuna from Mrs. Stein.
Amir from Mrs. Reidinger.
Amir from Mrs. Reidinger.
Harper from Mrs. Blackburn.
Harper from Mrs. Blackburn.
Bo from Mrs. Lerman.
Bo from Mrs. Lerman.
Happy birthday to all of you. We are going to do some other things and announcements today, so we will save summer birthdays for another day.
All right, sounds good. How about the weather?
Woo! On Thursday. Adeline, do you see it? Right here?
Yeah.
What are we thinking today for our weather?
86.
Avery, is that a thumbs up weather day or a thumbs down weather day? Yeah, we
Yes.
see some sun shining today, and I see no rain for the forecast today.
Do you know how thankful I am for that?
I bet you are very thankful for that, Mr. Hartman.
Oh my goodness. Yesterday, I have huge compliments to our Cubs, all of them, big and small. Like our kid Cubs and our
Yes.
adult Cubs. Everybody stepped up. Everybody was so flexible. We made a last second change and we moved lunch with your families in our big track and field space that we have up there where
Yes.
we do field day and walkathon. So much space, so much opportunity to move around. And we said, here comes the rain. We're gonna have to do this in the gym, which is a much smaller space. But you know what? Everybody smiled and was caring toward each other, and all of our staff helped out. Huge thank yous to everybody for your flexibility and for making that happen yesterday. Today, first graders, we're looking forward to lunch with your family day on the track.
Yes, because the weather is clean and clear.
Thank
So-
goodness.
We're excited about that.
Yeah. So first graders, a couple reminders for you. Dante said it best yesterday, staying near your adult, staying within the sight of your adult. So if you choose to go onto the field at some point, your adult needs to go with you. Please make sure your grown-up goes with you if you go onto the field today during our lunchtime. If you, when you go out to the track, you will see a grown-up in your area. It'll probably be a parent of one of our Cubs who is holding up a big sign that has your teacher's picture on it and their name. That's where you'll go to find your grown-up. We're gonna ask grown-ups as they come in to gather in those areas. And then when we line up at the end, you'll hear Creekside adults saying, it's time to line up. You'll give your grown-up a quick hug goodbye and then line up with your class in front of that same teacher's sign. We'll be holding those in the air again for you to see your teacher.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and those who don't have family coming today, like we talked about yesterday, we still have special stuff planned for you. Your teachers are gonna make it an awesome time for you still.
That's wonderful.
Can we do some Cub leaders?
Yes,
Let's
we sure
do it.
can.
All right. So for Cub leaders, remember we're going to combine April and May and have a big celebration on Tuesday. We can't wait for that, Tuesday morning. And today we will read the May Cub leaders from Mrs. Benjamin's class, Alex, from Mrs. Fiore's class, Elijah, from Mrs. Blackburn's class, William, from Mrs. Ridinger's room, Nicholas, from Mrs. Knapp's class, Eleanor, from Ms. Cherko's class, Samira, from Mrs. Cunningham's class, Emmy, from Mrs. Whistling's class, Evelyn, from Mrs. Lerman's class, Wyatt, and from Mrs. Cavender's class, Kendall. Congratulations, kindergarten Cubs. Again, these are all nominated for creativity.
Love that.
A lot of fun. Do
Love
you
that.
want to read first
Sure,
grade or is
yeah.
it too far
If
from
you want to, if I can hold your computer, if that's
You
okay.
sure can. There you
Okay.
go.
Here we go. For first grade, Lena from Mrs. I'm sorry, let me start from the top of the list. Jasper from Mrs. Todd's, Mrs. Canatelli, Zella, Miss Core, Ben, Mrs. Musser, Kalani, Mrs. Patterson, Lena, Mrs. Winkle, Nina, Mr. Harold, Diva, Mrs. Sprague, Destiny, Mrs. Morris, Tate, Miss Fisher, Fukar, and Miss Stein, Bowie. Second grade.
Thank you. Second grade, Mrs. Woses' class, Dilson. From Mrs. Muller's class, Kathy. From Mrs. Eggert's class, Archer. From Mrs. Kellerman's class, Maya A. From Mrs. Nunn's class, Finn. From Miss Shepard's class, Jonathan. From Mrs. Allen's class, Bridget. From Miss Cox's class, Ethan and Imran. From Mrs. Waldfogel's class, Raylan. From Miss Buffler's class, Aiden.
All right, and I have, these are people that do not have classrooms. Mrs. Russell has nominated Alex O. from Mrs. Cox's room. Mrs. Dyer, Ray Lynn. Mrs. Mino, Mia from Mr. Harold. Mrs. Manning, Kevin Lay from Mrs. Cavender. Mrs. McLaughlin, Abdullah from Mrs. Nunn. Mrs. Robinson, Marisol from Mrs. Woses. Kellerman.
Thank you. Mr. Kellerman. Bridget, again from Mrs. Allen's class. From Mrs. Abbott's class, Adelaide G. from Miss Buffler's room. From Mrs. Chase's class, Eva from Mrs. Winkle's room. From Mr. Winkleman, Isaac O. from Mrs. Waldfogel's room. From Mrs. Fetzer, Emona H. from Miss Stein's classroom. From Mrs. Seal, Adam D. from Mrs. Patterson's room. Miss Haynes had 2 for April, so I'm going to read both those just in case we missed that. It's Maya from Miss Whistling's room and Jaya from Miss Cox's room. Mrs. Skelton nominated Henry Garrett, and my nomination this month was actually the Cub who gave the creative, see how I did that?
Yes.
Creativity. The creative idea that, hey, why don't the 2 principals also nominate Cubs? Could they do that? So I want to shout out to the OC, Oscar Churko from Mrs. Allen's class.
That's awesome.
This was his idea for us to nominate.
really
So
cool.
creative. Oscar, you're my nomination for this month. Thanks for the great idea.
Very cool.
All right, Cubs, we cannot wait to celebrate with you. Hey, speaking of experiences, some Cubs have asked me even this morning, when is my cafeteria helper experience? Mrs. Holbrook, Mr. Ian, thank you for all that you guys have done to schedule those. They have or will really soon reach out to your teacher to schedule your time, Cubs. So your teacher should be able to help you with when that time is to help in the cafeteria.
And Avery, you have how many books we have left? Can you hold up that Post-it note for us? We are getting so closer to our goal. Can you hold that up for us, Avery? How many do we have? 94 books left that are out. So please check under beds, check in baskets, check in all areas of your house, and please bring back those books so that we can put them back on our shelves for Cubs to enjoy next year.
Well said.
Okay, are we
I
ready?
think that's everything. Are you girls ready to help us with the motto?
All right.
Take it away.
Here at Creekside, we take care of others, we take care of ourselves, and we take care of this place. Creekside Cubs care.
Have a great day, Cubs.
Bye, everybody.
Please stand for the pledge.